Hello everyone, welcome to our sports news channel. Here you are always well informed. I ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Leave your like and thank you for watching the video. NBA playoff picture. Stat gives Celtics hope of catching Bucks for number 1 seed. Take it from Malcolm Brogdon, the Boston Celtics have their sights set on catching the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference. I think when Milwaukee took the number 1 seed from us after the break, it was sort of a shock to us that we had dropped because we had created some separation between us and them, Brogdon told reporters Sunday night. And that's something we want. We want the number 1 seed. I think this team understands the importance of having home court advantage in the playoffs. So that's something we're going after. Forsberg, Jaylen Brown's All-NBA case could be a matter of position. Is that a realistic goal, though? The Bucks own a 1.5-game lead over the Celtics with just 8 games remaining and are 24-4 since January 23. What are the odds that Milwaukee drops multiple games down the stretch while Boston wins most, if not all, of its final 7 games? They might be better than you think. Here's a look at each team's remaining games. Celtics, at Wizards, at Bucks, versus Jazz, at Sixers, versus Raptors, versus Hawks. Bucks, at Pistons, at Pacers, versus Celtics, versus Sixers, at Wizards, versus Bulls, versus Grizzlies, at Raptors. And here's a look at each team's combined record against their remaining opponents. Celtics record versus remaining opponents, 12-2. Bucks record versus remaining opponents, 13-8. Boston is undefeated versus 4 of its final 6 opponents, its only losses coming on the road to Milwaukee, in overtime, on February 14 and on the road to Utah on the second night of a back-to-back on March 18. The Bucks, meanwhile, have dropped at least 1 game to 6 of its remaining 8 opponents and have a losing record against Philly, Chicago, and Memphis. That's an encouraging sign for the Celtics, but none if it will matter if they can't beat the Bucks in Milwaukee on Thursday night. The season series is tied 1-1, so if the Bucks take that game, the C's will need to make up an extra game on Milwaukee to earn the number 1 seed. If Boston pulls off the victory Thursday night, though, the team would just need to tie the Bucks in the standings to earn the number 1 seed, and the numbers suggest that Milwaukee could drop an extra game or 2 down the stretch. Home court advantage was crucial for the Celtics last postseason when they ousted the Bucks in Game 7 of the East semifinals at TD Garden, so both teams are well aware of the stakes entering the home stretch. Here are the updated East standings as of Monday afternoon. Eastern Conference standings, as of March 27. Milwaukee Bucks, 53-21. Boston Celtics, 52-23, 1.5 games back. Philadelphia 76ers, 49-25, 4.0 gigabytes. Cleveland Cavaliers, 48-28, 6.0 gigabytes. New York Knicks, 42-33, 11.5 gigabytes. Brooklyn Nets, 40-35, 13.5 gigabytes. Miami Heat, 40-35, 13.5 gigabytes. Atlanta Hawks, 37-38, 16.5 gigabytes. Toronto Raptors, 37-38, 16.5 gigabytes. Chicago Bulls, 36-38, 17.0 gigabytes.